Is he taking tranks?
I don't think he is.
This guy's, yeah, he's.
I'm just
Get him
gonna-
in there.
I'm killing him.
Trank him, trank him, trank him.
I'll try tranking, fine.
I'm gonna kill him. That's nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll get run over. He's gonna get run over.
Okay. No, he's not.
Now, I'll be honest, over the course of the Fortuna update since it dropped, I have killed my fair share of floofs, mostly by accident, okay? But I've never been ruthless enough to chase one out onto a road and make a giant wheel run over it. That's floof roadkill at its best, but does it still count? I mean, she still did technically capture it, just a flatter version of it. Now, Devstream 119 was a few hours ago, and in it, we got a look at 1 or 2 new items inbound into Warframe soon TM, like our next new Warframe called Baruch. Baruch is the pacifist Warframe, the reluctant hero as they called him, a John Wick or Robert McCall, someone who doesn't like combat but apparently is incredibly effective at it when they need to be. So first we were shown 12 fan-made art concepts of the newest Warframe, which all looked incredibly cool, but then we actually got to see his visuals. And he is described, like I said, as being a very unique frame, different from the rest, a bit of a pacifist with heavy inspiration taking from Sudanese tribes. Now, we know nothing about his abilities yet, just what he looks like, his visuals. And of course he has a man bun, so I don't know what way that's going to sway the community. Most of his power set, we're being told, is about mitigating, suppressing or preventing damage before eventually crossing his breaking point and going full John Wick. So it sounds like he's going to be support or crowd control, and it's going to be very interesting to see what his abilities will actually do if he is going to be this very unique Warframe. Now, they did say that Baruch will be released into the game before Christmas, and also coming into the game before Christmas is more of the story of what's going on between the Vox Solaris in Fortuna and of course fighting those big Orb Mother spiders, the giant mech spiders that you can see out on Orb Vallis. Now, these fights are aimed apparently at experienced players of Warframe, but this time around they're not going to lock out new players from taking part if they're able to. Because with the Eidolons, you know yourself, you couldn't use the base amp, it basically was useless. Whereas this time around, it looks like they're not going to stop new players from taking part. Now, right now in the game, we can't kill the Orb Mothers as much as we try, but we will be able to very soon, and we're being told it's going to be a very different experience to that of fighting against the Eidolons. More of an involved battle and not just a DPS race like the Eidolons are out on the plains right now. You know the way on the plains some players or some squads can kill 12 or more of those Eidolons in one night cycle by nuking the absolute shit out of them. These fights apparently won't be like that. They might require us to do something in the Corpus bases to unlock them, or use new weapon types that Little Duck is eventually going to give us later on once they add new rankings to the Vox Solaris. And Steve did mention that the Corpus have something that puts the Orb Mothers into this invulnerable state, so we have to remove that. Now, maybe it'll be more Tenno weapons, maybe different types of amps, or maybe different types of weapons altogether. We simply don't know, and we won't until it gets closer to these battles being released. I know there's going to be another Twitch drop campaign at the same time of this update for when any of the streamers actually kill one of these Orb Mothers. Viewers in chat apparently are going to get some kind of rare item. Now, there is also going to be a Nidus Alt helmet coming with that update that allows us to kill the Orb Mothers, as well as apparently the Nyx rework and of course the Titania changes as well. So Fortuna 2.0 is kind of what they're calling it, or Fortuna 2 is going to be a pretty big update with a lot of new things coming into the game, stuff that they held back from the original release. They kind of staggered the Fortuna update, so there's a lot more to the Fortuna update than we originally thought. Now, Limbo Deluxe apparently is going to look like this, which, if I'm being honest, makes him look more like a sentient Warframe than maybe what Revenant even does. And his deluxe weapon skin that's coming with this deluxe skin will be a set of throwing knives that makes them look like tarot cards. So he's very kind of Gambit Warframe. They also mentioned that primary versions of kit guns are going to be added into Warframe at some point. We have no idea when or how they're going to be added, but they will become a thing. Maybe they won't come with the Fortuna 2 update or even a future update. I'd imagine that maybe with the next open world, that's when you see the primary kit guns, but again, we don't know. There will be 3 new floofs 3 new beasties basically to get floofs from added into the game as well. A Horasku, a Stover, which is the one you've seen Rebecca getting roadkilled at the start of this video, and a Sawgaw, which is something that looks like an owl crossed between a kind of vulture. It looked derpy as all hell, but apparently I think it can only be found in caves. So if you are a floof collector, if you see that as the new end game, and if you're laughing at the way I'm saying it right now, then good for you. New floofs for you. So that's pretty much the main topics from the dev stream, but they did go over a few other kind of talking points, and one of the biggest ones was the fact that Melee 3.0 won't be coming with Fortuna 2. It won't be coming with the Orb Mother battles, which is something we actually thought was coming with the next update, but apparently now it's not going to be coming this year, because it was just too much for them to try and get it out along with all of the other content that's going to be coming between now and the end of the year, which I'll be honest, I'm kind of fine with Melee 3.0 not coming this soon. It allows them to, I guess, refine it instead of having to rush it out because the community wants it sooner rather than later. And I'm not sure how many of you actually want it sooner rather than later, because it's probably going to bring Riven disposition changes, as well as maybe it's going to have a shift in the meta for the best and the worst weapons in the game. So your favourite weapon could get nuked, or it could become one of the best ones in the game. Now, enemy difficulty out on Orb Vallis is being returned to what it was when it first came out, because they did change some of it, because some of the enemies were broken and were kind of one-shotting us even at lower level. My Umbral Inaros got one-shot one of the times when I was streaming, which was crazy because the Exploiter Orb that's up beside the Temple of Prophet can't knock 1% off its health, but a low level enemy one shot, which is kind of crazy. So enemy difficulty while out on Orb Vallis is being returned. Like I said, some of the elite units that they removed were broken, but they're being added slowly back into the game. K-Drive skate parks are being added into Warframe in your clan dojo, so you're going to be able to build your very own skate park for your own community. Hooray for that. I know a lot of you actually asked for that, I think, in my K-Drive video. Warframe is being released on the Nintendo Switch from the 20th of November, so our community is going to get much larger than it is right now, and there is going to be a lot of incoming Nintendo. Now, you can copy your PC account, only your PC account, onto the Nintendo Switch version, and it's not going to affect your actual PC version. It's going to leave it as it is, but it will allow you to play on the Nintendo Switch, and I guess you can take a different path with it and it won't affect your PC one. There is going to be new operator hair added into the game soon as well, 6 different styles. The Helmet Charger is getting its own set of mod pieces which will match it to Nidus's team and kind of create cysts and larvae and so on. So that's pretty much all of DevStream 119. I'm going to leave the link to the full dev stream in the description below this video. Let me know what you thought of all of the items shown off in it. Do me a huge favour and hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.